Can we like, hello, hello, hello. Hi, Miguel. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Nestor?
Oh man, I'm good. Hey, thank you for joining. I know you are having so many things going on, and I really appreciate your time. So it's always an honor to have you here in the channel.
Oh, no, no. Thank you so much for inviting me. And I'm excited to show our community what we have.
Yes, yes. I'm also so ready. I know everyone is also ready to see what we have in the April 2024 Power BI update. So this is gonna be great.
It is going to
So
be for sure.
yes, yes. And I see someone there already waiting for us, Brian Chavez. So please let us know where you guys are from. If you are from South America, Europe, India, from the UK, there you go. 1977, it's from the UK. Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you for joining. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I know we have so many things going on here and we are desperate to share with the community. Is that accurate, Miguel?
Yeah, I'm so happy on this transformation. If you have seen, starting last year, we started with column charts. We allow you to have borders around them, and then the stacked column charts, you were able to explode them or erode them. And we're adding little by little enhancements on line shapes and markers, and that's our plan to really change how Cartesians can expose information. And in April, we are now going into line territory and start making great additions. And that's what we want to show you today.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, why don't you tell us more about yourself, Miguel? I know, like I said before, you are quite popular, but some people might want to know more about yourself. If you don't mind, please
Uh,
tell us more about your experience, Power BI experience, and your background, please.
of course, yeah. I started working for Microsoft like 7 years ago, more or less. 7 years ago. I started just as an agent, and then I joined as a full-time employee after a year. And my role at the beginning was just to help customers designing reports. And I used
Mhm.
to travel in different countries at their headquarters to sit down with their report designers and executives to really help them how they can improve their reports by using the data visualization in Power BI. So it was basically helping customers. Then I got the opportunity last year to become the PM for data visualizations, and that's where I started. Starting in January of 2023, I became a product manager, and I've been in charge of core visuals. And this year, I am now PM or product manager for core visuals and report experience. So now I own two different areas that are very connected on the report author
I think we
and
lost you.
trajectory. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, we lost you for a second.
All right, I was saying that since I moved with customers and I started working as product manager, it has been that my trajectory all these years.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, we have seen the results. It is really astonishing. We have seen a lot of changes, and we really appreciate that. And I know that Power BI community is also very excited with these changes. I'm going to show you
Yeah,
here a quick.
yeah, and it's actually the community helping us with all this transformation. We have community representatives. They are part of the development process. So they look at what we want to do. They verify that this is exactly what we need. They give us feedback of things that we need to add to make sure that every month when we launch something, it's exactly the kind of quality that the community will expect.
That's awesome. See the comment over there, 1977 Music 43. So that's the type of appreciation that the community has for you. That's good.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you so much. All right.
All right. So before we go deeper into the updates, do you have any hobbies?
Oh yeah, I like painting. Drawing is my passion.
Hmm.
Uh, Playing video games, usually arcade video games. I'm from the 90s, so I like uh, playing those old school games. So
Hmm.
I spend some time playing video games as well, and doing some activities. Awesome. Like people just like walking, doing some exercise, swimming.
That's
Basically,
good.
that's my hobby. And my hobby, the I think the one that I like the most is actually working as product manager. It's just so exciting for me to work every single day and making this happening. It's like a dream that came
Right.
true.
Yeah, I mean, if you're enjoying what you're doing, it's like you're not working. It's just you're
No,
having fun.
I'm just enjoying life.
Exactly. That's good. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. So now let's move on and talk about the Power BI updates for April. So at a
Oh
high
yeah.
level, let us know what's going on with these updates.
Well, like I said, we were focusing on columns a lot. In November, I think December, we launched some enhancements for columns. In February, we did the same thing. We allowed cluster columns to be overlapped, and we did the enhancements for ribbon charts. Now you can make a bar chart, like add ribbons to bar charts. So we did a ton of enhancements for columns and bars, a
Hmm.
ton of them. Now it's time for line charts. And this one, April is implementing a foundation of what you're going to start seeing in the coming months. That it will just get better and better on the things that you can really do with lines. And trust me, like April update is excited, and you're gonna be happy,
Hmm.
and May is gonna be as well excited. But this is just the beginning. You're gonna start seeing more flexibility and things that you will never imagine doing with line charts. So this is the introduction, and I hope that you like it. And another thing that is super excited about this feature or this update is the fact that we have the 100% stacked area chart that we
Hmm.
never had. We were always relying on the 100% column chart. Now there is an area chart that does the same thing as the 100% column chart, but sometimes this visualization is way better for certain aspects, like seeing information over time with a lot of data. The column won't do a good job. Line are more effective doing that. So with continuous access, it is the most effective way, and you can take advantage on those scenarios.
Hmm. No, that's great. That's great. And I'm very excited about the line enhancements as well. So I'm already ready for demos now. So what do you guys think? Let's see. Okay. So we do have here a couple of examples. Let's go ahead and share those examples and play with it. What do you think?
Let's go.
All right,
Let's do it.
let's do this. I want to share my screen real quick. And like I said, if you guys have questions or comments, please leave them in the chat. At the end of the presentation, we'll go over those questions. All right, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, can you all see my screen?
Yeah, we can see. Well, at least I can.
Okay, good. So this is the 100% stack area chart that Miguel was talking about. And then let's go over just let's play with it. And if you guys have comments and questions, like I said, just leave them in the chat. So to your point, Miguel, we didn't have this before. So this is a totally new visual, correct?
Yeah, you can find them beside the like a little stacked array chart,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, and beside the line and cluster column chart. So
Yes,
it's
it's
between those two. Before, if you want to transform this one into a 100% column chart, so that we can show the community the only option we had in the past.
so this one right here.
Yeah. So that's what we had. And you can see even the axis move from continuous to categorical.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot see everything. You have to scroll. And that's why this experience was not right.
Mm-hmm.
And it was way better to use now the 100% area chart because it respects the axis and gives you the freedom to see it in a continuous way. So you can see the full picture without scrolling.
Mm-hmm. No, that's a good point. That's a definitely good point. See right there? So we don't have to
Mhm.
scroll. Then if we move the filters here, you will see the whole period. That's awesome. Yep.
Yeah, so another great tool in your arsenal.
Yeah, for sure. And then something that we were chatted about a few minutes ago is that one of the recommendations is that we don't have to add a lot of categories here, so in that way we have a better experience, correct?
Yeah, it's important. Well, it's a best practice. However,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes if you're really good in data visualizations, you have the privilege to break the rules. But if you're not an expert in data visualizations,
Mm-hmm.
one good advice is to do not overuse the amount of series that you can see in this kind of charts because it will be really hard for people to find patterns or comparisons or distributions, whatever analysis they want to do. Ideally, I was telling Esther, 7 is the maximum. Ideally, 4, 5 is like a good number of,
Mm-hmm.
of series used in this kind of visuals. But again, only for experts, the rules are meant to be broken.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. So, Miguel, anything else that we would like to play with here with this visual?
Yeah, one thing that I was mentioned before to you, Nestor, is that remember that with the data level enhancements that we did in November, this
Mm-hmm.
100% stacked area chart allows you to modify the data labels. So by default, what we have is the detail data label. It's on. The detail data label contains a calculation, which is 100. I think is uh, total. Is the total of the values.
Mm-hmm.
No, percent of total. Sorry,
You're
that's
talking
the
about
percent
detail
of
here.
total. Yeah, the detail data label has
Mm-hmm.
a calculation called percent of total.
Mm-hmm.
That one was the only option in the past that we had. Users were saying that they would like to see the value instead the percentage.
Mm-hmm.
So what we did is we added these enhancements in November for data labels. You can turn off the detail, turn on the value, and then you can see the value instead the percentage.
Oops. Yes. Uh-huh.
or
I
you
can.
can have them or you can have them both on and then you can see them at the same time. You can
Right.
see the value and you can see the percentage, and this 100% stack area chart allows you to continue doing these enhancements that we implemented for data labels.
Mm-hmm.
So keep taking advantage of it because trust me, if you use data labels in a proper way, you can
Mm-hmm.
enhance your data story a lot.
Exactly. Yeah. And then for this particular case, I mean, the data is huge here. It might not be, nice to have these labels, this value, and just activate the percentage. It's up to you, like you
Yeah.
said, right?
Yeah,
So
it's
you
up
need.
to you, or you can have them both,
Mhm.
or you can add the title as well. It's up to
Mhm.
you. But it's important for you to know this visualization is carrying all the enhancements that we did in the past with Cartesians.
Exactly. And then for those who are asking, hey, is this already available? It's not available yet, correct?
No, it's available next week.
Next week,
We just
yeah. So we are
we
ahead of
just
the game here.
yeah we just want to show you what is coming, so then you get ready for your creativity.
Hmm. Yeah, this is not available yet. So once the April 2024 update is released, which is gonna be next week,
Next week.
so you guys will have these functionalities. I guess we
I
are
think
special.
Yeah, no, and I think they can play with some of these features in service. So
In the service.
yeah, sometimes service is a little bit ahead of desktop. So
Hmm.
go to service, see if you can see those options. If you can start playing them there. or you can just wait until the update arrives next week, and then you can do directly in desktop.
Okay, that's also a good tip.
Hmm.
Great. So anything else that we like to explore here for this particular visual?
No, I think that's what we have. We can show them now the enhancements for lines.
The line enhancements.
Hmm.
All right, let's do this. Ooh, that looks so much better. Okay,
Yeah,
so tell
actually.
us more about this enhancement, Miguel.
Yeah. This enhancement is adding transparency to lines, and people will say, "Why do I want transparency?" Like, I don't see the reason. So
Mm-hmm.
here, Nestor designed this report, and it's really clear the reason why. So if you go into the line charts and then you change the transparency, you can see that you can now apply the same color to all those series that maybe are not that important, and then just change the transparency. And that's what he did. He has all series selected. He can go into the color, and then in the color section, he'll see transparency, and then he can modify that transparency and it will affect them all.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, he's choosing 80 or 90% because that's a good number for him to see the other lines as a reference
Mm-hmm.
and just highlight the one that it really matters to him. But he can
Mm-hmm.
change this one to 0%, 20%, 50%, and that will change the
Mm-hmm.
transparency. So that's why this is an awesome addition.
Yeah, for
Again,
sure.
it's
I'm
just it's
already
just
excited. Yeah.
yeah, it's just to improve users' storytelling.
Yes, I really like this one right here. And sorry, guys, for those who are watching us, you don't have this yet. We are being sarcastic here, but you will have it next week.
Yeah,
Okay.
next week.
Yes, yeah, I really like this. Like I said before, what else do we have here? What else can we play with?
Interpolation enhancements. So in underlines, you're gonna see
Mm-hmm.
the regular options: linear, smooth, and step. However, the smooth line now contains two types of smooth types,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever we call that. So the monotone and cardinal.
Mm-hmm.
Monotone is what we already offered back in, if I am not mistaken, that was June. I think in June is the month where I believe we introduced smooth lines. I believe I might be mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
However, the next one, cardinal, it allows you to change how much tension you want in your line. So if you want so a lot of tension, it will look like almost like straight. But if you
Mm.
want to smooth the tension of that line, it will get smoother and smoother and smoother.
Wow.
Why is this important? Because in the past, people say, hey, it looks nice, but sometimes that curve goes below the area and it might tell another story. I would like smoothness, but not too much so that it doesn't change the trend that a lot. So now we're giving you the control to find the perfect smoothness to tell that story.
Mm-hmm.
So
I can.
this is more than aesthetics. This again, we are after enhancing storytelling, and that's why we want to give you as much power as possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I can see it here. It is really, really dynamic.
Yeah,
Hold
and you
on.
can see how when you increase the smoothness to 0%, you can see how the lower and the high peaks gets a little bit lower as well. So people were complaining about it. They didn't want that happening, but they wanted to take advantage of smoothness. So now you can control that to do not make the line to go that low or that up,
Mm-hmm.
but having a smooth line.
Yep. Okay. And then we do have also, you said, different types
Step,
here.
yeah, step is another one. Now you have three different type of step types, and you can keep it centered. But in order to do that, you need to turn on the marker so then you can see the
Mm-hmm.
the steps. So here is centered, right? And now you can just go and say, I want before, I want after. And those are options that people that know data visualization,
Mm-hmm.
we were craving for this functionality for the longest time. Finally, it's arriving in the product.
Not anymore. As you go. Yep, it's really, really dynamic. Awesome. What else do we have for these line enhancements?
That's basically it. There is more that we did for areas. So now you can control areas for your lines individually. Before that was not possible.
Mm-hmm.
You can select one and then change the transparency as you go. That's the last enhancements that we did for lines in April.
Mm-hmm. So you can start playing here with also every single theory if you want.
Mhm.
Okay.
Select each one and then you can change the area as well. So that's
Exactly.
that. Those are the ones. That's what we're implementing for you guys.
Yep. So that's the shade area that you were talking about.
And you can control and say which ones you want to see and which ones you don't. So selecting one, and then below that drop down, you can see a toggle that you can activate or deactivate the area individually per series, and then just keep
Mm-hmm.
on the one that you think is the one that really matters to have
It's more relevant.
that shade. Yeah, or maybe that you want as a reference. Who knows? A
Mm-hmm.
lot of controls. You can do a ton of stuff with these new enhancements.
Yeah. Oh, yes. We can definitely. Awesome. Yeah, I'm so ready to keep playing with this. Thank you. Thank you for these improvements. All right. So now we do have also another example here. And let me see if I can find the file. Okay. All right. So tell us more about this report, Miguel.
Yeah, this report it was designed to be accessible. So there are
Mm-hmm.
people that they cannot distinguish colors really well. They see only black and like in grays, black and white. With the enhancements we're doing for columns, lines, and in the future markers, we are allowing report creators to make more accessible reports as well to make sure that you can tell the story without relying on color that much. So this example uses multiple functionalities that we added for the button slicer. For example, the one that Nestor has selected, that's the new button slicer. If you haven't tried, you're missing it, guys. You really need to try
Mm-hmm.
the new button slicer. Has a ton of functionalities, but this is a way he can change each of these buttons, and you can see things are changing. This is a core visuals button. It's not a custom visual. Then at the top, there is a banner with three icons. So those are as well the new button. You can use only images to select the whatever option you want. In this case, each of these ones changes the bicycle down there. And
Mm-hmm.
then if you just want a regular button with text, I put an example there at the very bottom that it's just the button that we know. It's just simple text with background and the hover selection and all the stuff
Mm-hmm.
happening in the picture. But this is giving you a good idea that the new button slicer is one of the most flexible slices we have implemented, and this is and in the next months we're just going to get better and better. Like, this is not stopping. The other thing that I did in this report is I added the new car visual. You can see at the very top, the new car visual has the reference labels. In the reference labels, we added the call out, the value, the label, an image
Mm-hmm.
that you can use as well as a design touch. You can find actually you can change those reference labels from the bottom to the right side. That's a new addition that we added last month. So
Mm-hmm.
please try that out as well. And the car visual will continue enhancing. Like, this is not the all. Yeah, select all series, and then go to options. Yeah, it's already expanded, and then
Mm-hmm.
change from left to right. So that's something that we added,
Uh-huh.
and you can make your cars like look like that. In this design, we just kept it as the traditional way in the bottom, but now you can move
Mm-hmm.
it to the right if that's what you want.
Yep.
All right. The other amazing thing is all this is one single visual, guys. This is not like multiple visuals overlapping.
Mm-hmm.
Even The bicycle at the left side is the new car visual.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I see that.
So if you
Oh,
select that one, Nestor, no, no, yeah, no, the background,
the background.
that, and move it.
Ooh,
It's one single visualization. It's the new core visual,
wow.
and you see those three values at the bottom where it says, yeah, those three.
Uh-huh.
Those are the reference labels. The same was as I have in the other cards in the dark area,
Mm-hmm.
but in here they are white. This section is white. So
Mm-hmm.
you can really do a lot of good designs with reducing a lot of those overlapping situations that we had, where you need to create a lot of layers to design a good visual. The new car visual is super flexible that you can do a ton of amazing stuff. But this one is an example of how far you can take your design skills and your storytelling skills with the new enhancements that we're doing for Power BI. So it's super important, guys. You look at the community ideas, you look at our channels, you follow up on the latest enhancements, and practice, practice, and practice, because that's the only way you can reach mastery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, practice. That's a really good point. And we were playing this morning with the visuals, and then I was just having a hard time. It's because I don't have a lot of practice. So you have a really good point there. It's all about
Now,
practice.
let's talk about another scenarios of the ones that are coming in April. So here
Mm-hmm.
you can see the right side, the 100% stack, 100% stack column chart. So for that visualization, that's the only thing we had. You can see he can change the colors, and we can see each of those columns changing depending on his selection on the bicycle. Now, there are disadvantages on this one at this moment because maybe it's not the ideal visualization to use, and I'll tell you why. Even though that we are saying, hey, this is the yellow one, this is the green one, so then people that cannot see colors, they can follow the story and they cannot rely on colors, it's still not that effective. If you want to take the effectiveness to make an accessible report for color blindness more appealing or more effective, then select now the 100% option at the right side next to for me.
This one right
Yep.
here.
Yep. So we can see the visualization. So here is, we can see every single one. We can see the serial labels. It says pink. It says purple. They can see the names. They can see the values even before selecting. So they can have a reference and they can identify which category is which.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they can continue selecting the option. And those options will tell them the kind of story that they would like to see. And this is responsive. He can change as well the one of the products, maybe change it for electric, maybe, or something else at the very top on the slicer.
Oh, right here.
Yep. Mhm. You can see how things are changing at the right side in the stack area chart, and the labels as well get bold. You can see that the percentage, depending that selection that he does with that slicer at the top or the bottom, you can see that happening, which
Mm-hmm.
is one of the amazing stuff of this visual.
Yeah, but this is great.
Okay, so
Awesome. Very, very dynamic, and to your point, it's how you want to tell the story, right? It's just
yeah, is how you want to tell the story. So in this case, select the electric type and then change some of the colors so that they can see how. Look, so now we are highlighting the yellow part. The serial labels at the right, it says yellow. That one is now bigger, highlighted. He can
mm-hmm.
move now into the next color and he can continue going up. As
Mm-hmm.
a report creator, I don't need color. I don't. If I'm using all colors, like yellow, the green, the purple, and the pink, all together stacked on on top of each other, some
Mm-hmm.
people that they don't see colors, they only see black, white, and grays. They won't see a difference. They
Mm-hmm.
won't see which is which. But with these enhancements that we're adding for area and line charts, you can really take the design to the next level and make sure that you accommodate to those scenarios. This is just like everything that I'm designing here. It's super important for our audience to know. Is not that I'm saying you need to design in this way. What I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying here is if my design requirement as a report creator is to create a report that is accessible for color blindness,
Mm-hmm.
then I will take advantage of the new functionalities that we added and design things like this of the things that you are saying. So
Yes.
that's just an example of how far you can take those enhancements. It's more than just applying transparency for the sake of adding transparency. Is to really or enhance user storytelling, or as well to be able to meet um, requirements for your report.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, if we go to the next page, or in the next tab, no, in the next tab of this one where, yeah, down. So when we're here, remember we added the cluster,
Labels.
no, the overlap cluster.
Mm-hmm.
So now I can see, for example, I don't need to like as a person that cannot recognize colors,
Mm-hmm.
I'm still able to compare the previous year and the past year because the previous year is behind and it has a border around the column. So again, I am not relying on color anymore. I'm using patterns and shades in order to understand the story. You can change another color, another bicycle type, and they can see how this, like here, you see the difference? Again, I'm taking advantage of the features that we added for columns and enhancing it so then people use these patterns instead rely on color usage. If
Mm-hmm.
we change this one into a line chart, yeah, so yeah, green is perfect. So now let's change this one into line chart at the right side. No, at the right side of the visual there is a panel, a black
Oh yeah,
panel.
yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. There
Okay,
you
so
go.
here let's take a look of the features that we added in this report. Let's select that visualization, the line chart, and what we can do here is we can add, like we can try the smoothness, which we already did, and Nestor is trying to get used to the options.
Yes, yes. I mean, there are so many things that I need to get used to, for sure.
Yeah, so here is this is a good way. Like 50% of cardinal, I think, in my opinion, is a good smooth way. In my
Mm-hmm.
opinion, I don't like when it's too much. I don't like when it's too little. That's what I prefer. However, for example, step is the one that I would like to explore here. So on the step, let's make this visual stepped, and let's make it before.
There you go.
Like that. Perfect. So now let's talk about the area enhancement that I was talking about. So let's select the area chart and turn it on.
The
The shade area.
oops,
Mhm.
this one right here.
Yeah. And
There
then
you go.
expand shade area options.
Mm-hmm.
Then select 2022
Mm-hmm.
and let's turn off that shade area.
This one right here.
Yep.
No.
Yes, that one. No, turn it on again
Uh huh.
and turn off the shade area for 2023. All right. So now select 2020, go to lines,
Uh huh.
and then select previous year. And for the line, for the color, make the line 100% transparent.
100%.
So then we can remove that line. And then go to the markers.
Markers.
Go to the markers.
Uh huh.
And turn off markers for previous year.
There you
No,
go.
in the toggle below the drop down. Right there. No. Right. Again, below
Yeah.
the drop down, there is a toggle. Turn it off.
All right, here.
Yeah. All right. And now
Mhm.
go back to the area chart or shade area. Sorry, shade area.
Shade area. What is that?
Mhm.
Right here. Okay.
Select previous year and make it more or less 80% transparent.
80%. And then Miguel, you can tell me after this if I pass the test. How about that?
All right, like you can use this option, for example, to see the area that we're seeing there, just as a
Hmm.
reference, just shade it. Or if this is too light, just make it 50%, 70%, whatever option you would like to see, that's perfect. So here, this is an example. You see all the control that we had now. Before it was impossible to create this kind of visualization. Impossible. You
Hmm.
can use this one to enhance the story. The line is what matters. However, maybe a line being gray, it was not enough for me to see the comparison between 2023 and the previous year. So now with these enhancements that we did to our data visualization, the story is clearer. It's so much easier to identify, hey, I can see clearly that in April, in the month of April, we were higher than this year or 2023 or 2022. I don't know what year that is.
Hmm.
So, but the rest of the year, every single other month, 2022 was higher except for that month. With
Hmm.
these changes that we did, we're making that so much easier to identify that if it was
Hmm.
just a single line. So again, take advantage of that, read best practices and be creative to really expose that information that can matter a lot to your organization.
Yes. And then I'm pretty sure, Miguel, you're going to be writing an article about these enhancements, correct?
That's correct. I'm gonna write an article regarding each of these settings as usual, and you're gonna
Hmm.
see that in our blog. You're gonna see that in our LinkedIn account. In we have a LinkedIn channel, and there we have like a good uh, documentation and blogs how you can take advantage of them. We are trying to keep everything up to date because we know that these changes are moving so many things and it's so hard to keep up on the changes. So we are doing a lot of work to make sure that it's clear and it's always up to date.
Yes. So you're talking about the Power BI core visuals on LinkedIn,
That's
correct?
correct. On LinkedIn, please follow us there. Look at the blogs that we have. If you haven't seen the enhancements for the button slicer or the new car visual, we have good information there. Go to that PBI core visuals in LinkedIn and read
Hmm.
about them. So serve yourself.
Yes. Yes. That's really helpful. Cool beans. Let's see. What else do we have here for?
I think that's it. I think that's it.
Awesome. Now, let's go over the questions. We have a couple of questions there, and thank you everyone for sharing your questions. This is the time, my friends, if you can share your questions. So we're gonna go over a few questions. Take advantage of it. All right, let's see. Let's go over the questions here. This is not a question, but it
It's
says I
excitement.
cannot wait to see it. Totally agree with this statement. Thank you for sharing that. So let's go over the another one here. 1977 Music 43 says, in Miguel's last stream that I caught on another channel while you were a big hat. Okay, you were a big hat. You mentioned a
That
report that
was
you're going to to vote on ideas and changes coming. Is that available yet?
No. Yeah, we're working on that. We're designing a dashboard where you can see every idea that we have in our roadmap that we're seriously planning to develop. Uh, so then you have a whole scope of where we're going, how we're doing it, and we will ask your corporation to participate, to vote, and even add comments saying, "Hey, I know that you're making changes, or you're planning to do additions for the calendar slicer, for example, that is coming. Please, guys, don't forget to add this A, B, and C capability that I need. So it's a dashboard that unifies them all, allows you to connect with the product team and help us to prioritize the work so that we can move faster in that roadmap. For that particular dashboard, my team is working intensively to get all pieces together, and then we are planning to publish that around June or at the end of May. That's our deadline. Everything is moving as expected, so I hope that we will meet that deadline.
Okay. Yeah, and you guys will publish this on your LinkedIn website.
Yeah, yeah, and it will be fully available for like public available. Guys, I think it's gonna be amazing.
Yes. Cool. Thank you for sharing that. Let's go over another question here. Is this a question or just a comment? I really miss small multiple in new cards as it will reduce the number of measures we have to create. Do you
Yeah.
have any comments here?
Yeah, that's coming next. Right now, we're focusing on getting actions for the new car visual, which is our next milestone. After that one, we are seriously planning to not do trends, to do small multiples first because it's faster and cheaper for us to get that functionality plugged into the new car visual. And then
Mhm.
finally, we will accomplish the last milestone for the new car visual, which is allowing you to add charts within the within each card. So that's more multiples for the new car is gonna come sooner than expected. So just hold on,
Be
we'll get
patient.
there. Yeah.
I know it's hard, but
It
we'll get
is.
there.
Even for me, it's hard. And
Exactly.
I'm behind the scenes, and I'm like, I need everything faster. Please move faster.
Yes.
Uh,
That's good. That's good that this is coming. All
mhm.
right, let's go over another question here. Will this report be available to play with after the release date?
Nestor, answer that question.
Yes, yes, it will be available once the release is done next week. So we're gonna have a link there for you guys to play with the report. And this is thanks to Miguel. Anything
Yeah,
else, Miguel, on
yeah.
that?
Yeah, Nestor will have the privilege to host this file. And once I have the blog, I'm going to put this video for many other people to continue looking at the functionalities that we're showing here. And then you can download both files, the one that Nestor designed and the one that I designed. This is the file that I will use in 2024. So that means that this file is not this is not the final stage. I will continue adding more and more pages. I will add more and more enhancements. So then you can learn the best ways to use these new features and see how it evolves, how this report can get better and better along each of the upgrades that we implement. But
Yes,
Neneso will have the first version.
yes. Thank you. Thank you for the question. Thank you, Miguel, for sharing that as well. All right, let's see. Talking of talking of field color, will you add a pattern field like Excel?
Of course, that's one of our major milestones. We need to add patterns. That's why people are asking, why are you doing this if it's useless? I want patterns. Well, let me tell you that in order to add patterns in Power BI, we need to have an infrastructure to support their control. So every single thing that we are adding, like transparency and applying settings to each of these series to turn off the shade area is just preparing the format pane in the infrastructure for us to add patterns and then give you full control over them. If we do not do the other steps first, it will be tough to control the patterns. It will apply them to all series. We don't want that. We want to give you full flexibility. So patterns is in our it's on its way. But before, we're going to make sure that you have full control over columns, bars, lines, markers, and that includes error bars, includes forecast lines, includes shapes for stack area charts. I'm sorry for scatter charts, etc. So let's start giving you that control. So then, when we implement patterns, you can take advantage of them.
Yes, yes, that's Good to know as well. Thank you. Let's
Mhm.
see. More questions here. When should we expect small multiples from it? I think we answered this question, did we?
No, 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 no. I said that this coming, but I didn't say when.
Oh, okay,
All
okay,
right.
okay.
All right. So this semester, in semesters in Microsoft, this semester starts in April and ends in September. Then the next one is October to March. So this semester, which is April, September, we are focusing on actions for the new car visual. The
Mm-hmm.
next semester, which is between October and March, the next one will be for small multiples. So it needs to be around that time between those 6 months. When exactly? No idea, but I can tell you it will be in that time frame.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Here's another comment. I'm eagerly waiting for actions as well.
Oh yeah, you just wait, just wait. Yeah, before actions, we are implementing tooltip enhancements because
Mm-hmm.
actions require tooltips to function
Mm-hmm.
properly. So the tooltip alone, just the tooltip alone that we're gonna add, those tooltip improvements, is a game changer. So then once we finish that and we introduce actions for the new car visual using these tooltip enhancements, it's gonna be phenomenal. You're gonna be like so happy to use the new car visuals more and more. Trust me. I cannot hide my happiness. It will be stunning.
Yes. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for all the work and efforts that you and your entire developer team is putting to make we developers' life easier and smoother to convey our data stories effectively.
Yeah, it's a team effort, and the community is part of the team. So a lot of
Yes.
community members, the community in LinkedIn, Twitter, and other channels, they share ideas, they complain, they as well give us recognition of the work that we're doing. Everything, good and bad, every collaboration, every feedback in any way is helping us. We are listening, we are collecting your feedback, we are working with the engineers and designers to make sure that we cover those requirements. And again, thank you, community, for engaging us.
Mm-hmm.
It's both ways.
Yes. Team effort here.
Yeah.
Patterns will allow native IBCS charts. Any
Of
comments? Thank you.
course, IBCS is in my scope. I want to support them as much as I can. And right now it's going to be tough because we need to do a lot of workarounds to emulate IBCS. For example, the visual that Nestor showed us where we can overlap, that's coming from IBCS. But then
Mm-hmm.
people are using error bars in very creative ways to create a distance between those overlap columns, making it a little bit tough for new users to achieve those kind of IBCS styles. But little by little, I'm introducing those functionalities that right now is hard to manage, but it's possible. But later on, I will make it super easy just to click on an option and get the IBCS chart that you want to do. And obviously, the fact that we want to introduce patterns for columns plays a role. And we want to make sure that we support a lot of those instructions that IBCS is giving us to make clear data visualizations.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. There you go.
Oh, no, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here as well. And then have another one here with all this amazing new functionality. The challenge will be navigating the settings. Oh, now, yeah. Tell me that. I was just playing with it, and it takes a little bit to get used to the functionalities and the
Yeah,
features.
yeah. Remember that I am this year. I became the PM for the report experience team. So that means that before I was not, I didn't own the format pane or the uh, um, slicer pane or the build pane, like or nothing. Like that was another PM. An object, for example, was not mine. It was another PM. Now I own that area. And that means I have the commitment to sit down with my designers and engineers and create a really well defined plan to enhance the way that you use the format pane and the whole report experience as a whole thing. That means that I have plans to make this job so much easier And you saw Nestor how he was struggling to get into those settings, going back and forth, back and forth.
Right.
That's horrible. Don't worry. The same way, the same attention and care I'm putting into data visualizations, I'll do it with an object, with the format pane, with a ribbon, with everything we have there. It will be so much easier, more intuitive, faster, and just give me time to define that strategy and show that to my leaders, and then we can start executing that in the following semester. We're supposed to start working on the new enhancements for the report experience between between October and March. So don't worry, those challenges will get improved.
Yeah. And yeah, it's sometimes, I mean, I'm just talking about my experience. Sometimes it feels like it's hidden there. Somewhere it's hidden, but I don't know where it is. So
Yeah,
yeah, that would be very helpful for everyone. Thank you for working on that.
yeah, no worries.
Cool, cool, cool. I think that's all the questions that we have so far. I know we're almost
Perfect.
done here. Do you have anything else, Miguel, that I may have missed that you want to tell the community?
No, no. I think please, again, I will repeat this in every single webinar. Keep engaging us, reach out to our channels, tell us what is your experience with the new features, good or bad feedback. I take it all as amazing feedback for us to improve. Your voice matter. We are not discarding every comment. We have tools to monitor when somebody is approaching us, and we classify everything. So
Hmm.
don't worry, we are listening carefully, and we are acting upon those requirements or requests from you guys.
Hmm.
Keep doing that, because that's how we will reach success together.
Yes. And then we don't take things personally as well, right?
No, 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 absolutely not. Nothing is personal. Everything is a growth experience. So for me, be as rude as you want, or be as kind as you would like to. Everything is classified properly. So if you're being rude on a problem, I don't care how rude that is. I care about the problem that
Hmm.
you're talking about. I take
Hmm.
everything else away, and I'm just focused on that. I extract it, classifying it, and make sure that we develop those enhancements in the near future.
That's a
So
really good point.
yeah.
Yeah. And then for those who don't know, you also speak a different language. So you guys can send also messages in your native language, correct?
Yeah, I only speak Spanish and bad English. So if it's French, I will use Google Translator or something to
Exactly.
understand what you're saying. But no worries, send in any language you want.
Yes, yes, yes.
Technology right now is smart enough to help me to understand what you're trying to say.
Cool, cool, cool. It's another one. This is the last one. Say a better build Ingrid could be great too.
Oh yeah, yeah. For the new report experience team, they own those grid stuff.
Hmm.
The canvas, the page canvas, the grids, the layout. Like they own that area, which means I own that area now. Don't worry. A part of my strategy is not just enhancing the format pane and object. No, no, no. It's the whole area, including that grid that you're mentioning. And as well, I will create a dashboard, the same thing as I want to do for core visuals, so that you can see the entire roadmap and collaborate with us on the feature enhancements for that area, for that other team.
Great. This is great. All right. So for those who
All
want to
right.
connect, go ahead.
No, no, I said, go ahead. All right.
Yeah. No, I was about to say for those who want to connect with you, what are your channels? I know we talked about this before. So you are on LinkedIn here.
Yeah, I am.
Make sure that you guys follow Miguel. He has really good tips. So you will be an expert after a few days that you're following him. And then you are also on X,
Yeah,
Miguel
I am.
Myers
Yeah.
Miguel. And then also, like we said before, you guys need to follow this LinkedIn page as well, Power BI Core Visuals. And then I think that's it. Let's see. Well, there's another comment here just to close this. Juan Ariel Fernandez says, Muchas gracias, Miguel.
Mi placer.
And then they say, You're a God among men. Good.
No way. All right.
Nice,
All right,
nice.
guys.
All
So
right.
soon, next week, Make sure that you play on those new functionalities. Stay alert on the file that you can download so that you can get inspired.
Mhm.
And follow us, please, and make sure that don't miss them.
Yes. So Miguel, thank you again for your time. It was really helpful to learn the new functionalities that we're gonna have in April 2024. And talk to you later.
All right. See ya.
Thank you guys.